What a goober. That just broke my heart. Well, hey folks, listen, this week is my 30th wedding anniversary, and in honor of this kind of nostalgia, my wife putting up with me for this long, I thought I'd do something a little bit different, and we're gonna play with discs from 1994, the year I started playing disc golf. So let's talk about it right after the intro. All right, so I'm out here at Coker Park in Pelham, Alabama, just outside of Birmingham a little bit. And yeah, I've got 3 discs that were basically standards back in 1994. Now, I will say, I got this one to commemorate me starting in 1994. I haven't actually played with this. I got this off my buddy Jared Neal, but it's got the Disc Golf World Championship at Pleasure Island, Port Arthur, Texas in 1994. And it's a Viper. Now the thing is, it's a little bit different because it's got the thumb grooves on the top. They had a special run for this. And this has been sitting on my shelf, so I haven't even really played with it. But I thought today would be a good day to do it. And then I've just got a classic rock. Now this rock has special sentimental value because I took these over, I had a batch of them made when I was over in Thailand. And I passed a bunch of these out, gave these to a bunch of people. But so this has got my Thailand logo on it. And it's just a rock. And then finally, the good old birdie. And I looked up when these things were made. So real quick, we're gonna do a quick rundown. So now these are all Innova. And I started looking back to make sure when everything was made. And so the first disc was 82, was the old Eagle, and then it went 83 for Arrow, and the Aviar was 84. But then we move up, the rock, this sucker, was PGA approved in 1987. And then you got some good ones. 87 was good, it got the Stingray, and then 88 the Cobra, 89 the Shark, but the birdie was a 91, so 3 years before I started playing. And then finally, the Viper was also a 91. So 91 was a good year. So you think about it, when I started playing in 94, there wasn't a lot of outlets for stuff. So, you know, it even took a while for different discs, even stuff that was made in 94 and stuff like that, it took a while for them to get out into our regular players' hands. So, listen, this was a staple back then. A birdie, a rock, and a Viper, and you were good to go. So, in honor of that, we're just gonna play a 9-hole course here at Coker Park. And yeah, just have a little fun. It's my day off. Let's go have some fun. So I'll probably just play a combination. They have a little bit of short and long, a couple different baskets on a couple holes, but so I'm gonna start out with this first hole. It's just gonna be a nice straight short shot right to the basket, right there, but it looks like these guys are coming up, so I'm gonna wait a minute. All right, well these knuckleheads came up and interrupted me here. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can do this. Scoot over, there you go. Say hey, introduce yourself, say hey.
Hey, I'm Hank Fortenberry.
Hey, I'm Mike McLaughlin.
And these knuckleheads tend to show up at Inverness and cause problems. And I show up here and there they are again. You know, they're like bad pennies, keep showing up. But anyway, I'm gonna get out in front of them. They've already played 1 round, so I'm gonna jump out ahead of them and then they're gonna follow up behind me. So if you hear cursing in the background, it's these guys. All right, so start out, I'm gonna just go short on the first hole and then we'll go from there. The nice thing is there's a little wind. I've got 30-year-old plastic, what could go wrong? All right, let's get out of here. See you guys. So now when I say 30-year-old plastic, yes, the Viper's 30 years old. The rock was done in 96, so it's only, what, 19 years old. Now the birdie, I don't have my original birdies, so that's a newer one. I've probably only had that about 5 years or so. So young little whippersnapper, but you know, you do what you gotta do. All right, so because in honor of the old plastic, the old man, the old back, I'm probably gonna play shorts, at least on this one, because I want to see how the Viper does, and I think this is a good distance for it. All right, we're gonna go for the one right by the telephone pole there. Now, the rocks are OB. We got a headwind, and the Viper used to be the meat hook back in the day. I think it's 5-speed, if I remember right. Maybe a 6-speed. But definitely was the overstable. I think it had nowadays it would have a a fade of 4. But this one, I don't think, I've thrown it once. I threw it just one quick one and it got a little bit of something. Maybe flies like a Thunderbird-ish, if I'm giving it credit. But, so yeah, I'm just gonna put it out. We're gonna test this thing out together. 30 years old, baby. I remember when I was 30, 25 years ago. You know, I didn't trust it. I thought it was gonna flip up. Huh. It's got a little more integrity than I expected. I really kind of put it so do a hyzer flip. All right, so back up because I wanted to get off a hole one while they were there. So let me do a second one right here with the rock. There's the flip I was expecting. Wow. All right. Welcome to old untested plastic. See, to be honest, that's more what I expected from the the Viper. I should have thrown those exact opposite of what I did. So here's the deal. I believe that the walkway, the cart path, is OB and beyond. We're gonna play it as such. So I'm just gonna do a little putt from over on the cart path, and then we'll mosey on. I think there was only supposed to be slight chance of rain, but I think that slight chance is coming in pretty good. You know, when it gets that little gusty, something's coming. That's what it feels like. I got decent distance on that Viper, just too bad it was in the wrong direction. Wind's coming across here, so it's gonna sit on this disc. So I'm gonna try to throw it a little flatter and just let it float and plop. What's funny, right after I teed off, another group of guys came up right on the tee box. So we got 2 groups behind me, so I'm trying to hurry a little bit around this front end. Let's face it, I'll be out of here quick because I am not slow playing, but it never fails when you're trying to get out. All of a sudden, I mean, there's nobody in front of us, in front of me. It's just I got to get ahead of these guys. And I also got to find my, oh, there's my rock. All right. So the good news was I was past the pin a little bit distance-wise with the rock, so I got good distance, just not good angle. Man, it's hard to believe. 30 years I've been playing this wonderful, dumb sport. I love it so much, but man. Okay, we can go for the basket in the middle. I forgot to look at distance. All right, straight ahead, basket right in the middle, 399 feet, par 3. Just what the Viper ordered. Well, it's good to know I'm early releasing. All right, one more test because I want to see how the rock does. I just, on that one, my back still isn't quite warmed up, so I'm here instead of here. Your core really makes a difference when you're trying to make these shots, and so you definitely need to warm up. I actually stretched a little, and I'm still tight. Whew. That rock is having a hard time with this wind. I think that rock, I may have thrown it 3 or 4 times, and then I just, it's one I carried back from Thailand. I don't think I threw it a lot over there, if at all. So it hasn't had a lot of experience, but it's still pretty flippy. Let's face it, it's had a lot of experience, even though it hasn't been out on the course. It's traveled around the world, gotten beat up just the way I handled this. Hey, here's a question for you. How good are you at taking care of your discs? I'm terrible. I mean, I throw them in the van, I throw them in the trunk, they get beat up, they get bent over. Gannon Burr would have a heart attack the way I treat my discs. Are you very precise and careful with your discs? Or are you like me and just, you know, they're tools that just get chunked wherever. And then all of a sudden you pull your disc out and it's like, why is it not flying the same way? Well, probably because you abused it. Almost could use the rock for this distance. Nothing like a 100-foot upshot on a par 3. I probably ripped this Viper a whole 300 feet. Rock and roll lifestyle, baby. So here's another question for you. Hey, I just got all kinds of questions today. What was the first disc you ever played with? And I found my 2 first discs at Tuscaloosa Park in Daytona. And they were both Eclipse drivers from Discraft, I think. Dang it, I'll have to check that out. But yeah, tell me your first disc and how you got it, if it was a funny story. If you just walked in the store and bought it. But if like, yeah, you found your first disc, somebody gave you your first disc, love to hear something like that. Okay, I could go to the short basket, which is $2.19. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do 2 things. I'm gonna throw the birdie at the short basket, and then I'm gonna go for the long basket, the par 4. Yep, good old trusty birdie. So the C basket is a par 4 and it's 358, but it's tucked through the woods. But let's see if we can have a little fun. Let's face it, I'm gonna throw all 3 because, you know, I only got 3 discs. It's my show. Do whatever I want. Let's have some fun. I'm gonna see if I can lace this through and then with its stability, bring it back around. All right, not bad. Now I'm gonna try to put the rock just right in the gap. It actually held its integrity a little bit more. Now the wind back here with the trees, the wind's is down, so that's more of a straight flyer than flippy. I think that headwind was really giving that extra little flip earlier, because that one stayed pretty true. I like that. So guys, no matter what disc you have, you just need to learn their characteristics, because once you learn how they want to fly, then you can start manipulating them. You can start to shot shape with them because you understand their breaking point and stuff like that. If you don't understand the breaking point of disc, what I'm talking about, go check out my video on shot shaping, because I talk about that there. But yeah, once you get the idea of what a disc wants to do, you can start to fool with it. So there's the short basket with the birdie. So now the rock got here and the Viper got there. Let's face it, they're only like 1 speed difference. I thought I found an antler. It's wood, like my head. Ooh, juiced it a little bit. Huh. Twice or it's luck, and I threw the exact same shot. Too much on both of them. All right, I should have kept one of those for this. This is my original Viper. Let's have a little fun with the forehand. Ooh, as it falls down a hole. I'm just too powerful today. Yeah, that's the problem, too powerful. So when you're trying to learn the characteristics of a disc, a lot of times throwing it softer will show you its overstability, or how much it wants to fade at the end. It'll give you some good data points right from the get-go. So whenever I get a disc, a lot of times I'll just throw softer forehands to see how much it dives, because that'll kind of tell me its initial base structure, if that makes sense. So a lot of times, not just getting out there and ripping it, but going and throwing some nice, softer, slower shots will show you what the disc is going to do when it slows down. Because let's face it, we might not all get up to speed, but our disc is definitely going to be slowing down, so it's good to know what's going to happen there. Just a little bit behind. Not too bad. To be honest, I should jump over and play those 2 holes so that I cut the corner, because 7 and 8, you got to cut back here, play there, and loop back around. But then I'd really be back up on the guys coming behind me. Ooh, so yeah, I want to try forehand with the Viper. Because let's face it, back in '94, nobody was throwing forehands. First of all, the Viper, maybe the Viper was coming out, or the Viper was out, that had a little more integrity. But we're throwing all DX base plastic, you know, that beats up real well. Not a lot of forehands being thrown. That's why you see the old school guys are all backhand. But let's see how the Viper does on a forehand. There's a Mando. I got to get in front of the Mando. pretty good integrity. You can see it just wanted to do a little bit of this, but then held on and went back there. I remember when the X clone came out. It's funny, Greg on Six-Sided Disc did some different, talking about different overstable discs in the past. And when the X clone came out, we were like, who the heck can throw this thing? Because it was so overstable. And now people are, you know, they don't even blink at stability like that these days. All right, so we've got 2 baskets here, and I went for the short one here, but the long one's right back over here. Let's see, that wind's coming through that gap. That wind is gonna mess with me a little bit here. Oh, got it. It was trying to lift up. Man, if it hadn't hit chains, I would have been in that ditch. All right, so this is a fun one. Hole number 6 is Island Hole. Surrounded by rocks and danger, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. So 211, let's face it, right now, I really only needed these 2. I haven't needed this one, but hopefully in a hole or 2 maybe. Yep, that wind was holding a little bit, so it panned out a little bit to the left, but good distance. Let's just do this for the heck of it. We'll go a little hyzer. Oh, I thought that wind would grab it more. I'm a big idiot. I just did that, and I just crashed my pristine rock that I've had forever right on the cart path. Nose down, spike hyzer. Yeah. What a goober. That just broke my heart. I can already tell you what the gash is going to be like. The gash is going to be this wide. It's going to look like somebody took a rasp file and just went right across the edge of it. Oh, Pete, what were you thinking? I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking. I was just in the glory of let's throw some discs. I never even thought about the road, the path. And I mean, look how smooth the path is. Yes. Oh, buddy, how are we doing? Oh, gosh. Can you see it? It's just chewed like a barracuda got it. I'm an idiot. What was I thinking? That was so dumb. Oh, I mean, I could have almost done less damage if I had just taken my knife to it and started hacking on it. God. Be smarter than me, people. Be smarter than me, please. It's not that hard. The bar's not very high. Whew. You see that wind is trying to lift it. Now I'm taking the shortcut through the rocks. Love on the rocks. Oh. That hurts my soul. That mark's there forever. I mean, I just degraded that disc in one throw. It's traveled around the world, and yeah, it got a little tweaked here or there, but it did not get the cheese grater effect that just happened. Whose idea was it to do this stupid video? That felt like I just did something wrong to one of my kids. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, there's a bond we have with these discs. And, oh, that hurt my soul. All right, in all seriousness, one of the reasons why it hurt so much is, so I had a buddy that we played a lot of disc golf, became good friends in Augusta when I was there. And when I went to Thailand, he said, hey, I want to support you. Can I get some discs for you to give out there? A guy named David Mode. Great guy, love him to death. And he passed away because of cancer. And so this has even more significance. Boy, I'm going to tear up just thinking about it. So yeah, that one hurt. Because this is the only one I have. I mean, all the rest of them are floating around Thailand somewhere. And so, yeah, God. What it was is I was like, oh, it'd be great to bring the rock out, but I didn't think about doing damage. All right, well, I think I'm not going to throw the rock anymore. I haven't needed it. I won't need it probably for the rest of it, but oh, it's just chewed all across. It's, This is how we used to clean our discs. Bite off the plastic. All right, so basket's right there. So either a forehand or a turnover backhand. Let's face it, it's old school. I should go turnover backhand. Yeah, there's 3 trees that guard the basket at the end there, and I caught the last one. They bounced around them right by the basket. Okay, now that we've done reminiscing, let me just try the forehand, see how controllable. Oh, early. But yeah, it's got decent stability. It's funny, something about the plastic, and I think some of it may be just the thumb grooves on it, makes it feel like an older disc. Well, it is an older disc, but it feels like a Frisbee, you know, and so some of it is, I can't wrap my head around the stability of it. And I can't tell if that was raindrops or a bird just peed on me. I'm hoping for a bird. So yeah, came through and I hit one of these last trees. I think I hit I don't know which one I hit, but hit one right around here. So just right under the basket. My forehand sawed off early and just over here on the right. So now I'm gonna play this one regular, and then I've got an idea, which is never a good thing. It's not with the rock. But so the basket's right there, so really all I wanna do is I'm gonna step up and take the corner there, and I'm just gonna try to throw straight through the gap. Even if I'm a little bit right, as long as I stay about pin high, I've got a decent shot at it. Whew. I actually juiced it a little bit. I gave it a good run. All right, my question is, can you do a thumber or a tomahawk? Yep. To be honest, I got a little lucky, but I think that's not a bad idea. You could dial it in where you're just kind of going whoop. Yeah, that could be fun. All right. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, I know she'll never see it because she doesn't watch any of my stuff, but shout out to my wife. She's awesome. We've been married 30 years, 4 kids. We've lived overseas. We've gone all over the world. She's amazing. And I'm so blessed to have her as my wife. And here's the thing, that's what I keep going back to. Disc golf is great, but the relationships are so much more important, because this stuff doesn't matter if you don't have people to share it with, both on the course, but then hopefully some people around you. So if you're a disc golfer and you tend to be a lone wolf, I like to be lone wolf sometimes. Definitely try to get at least 1 or 2 other people that you can play with, that you've got some people around you that can love on you. We want to be a good community. All right, it's a par 4, 600 something, so rip and rip. At least I missed the one little tree I had to miss. It's more stable than I haven't thrown a good shot with it yet, and a lot of it is just the hand feel of it, the plastic in that rim. I'm already programming in how it should fly, and it's actually flying differently. It's got more stability. Oh, hey, some of you old school folks out there, you remember the metalhead Vipers? Somebody let me know what the metalhead vipers are. That'll see who's old school. Hey to all my mature gang out there, woohoo, let's just keep fighting the fight. All right, I am gonna get a good throw with this viper to finish off this hole. I am going to throw a good shot. What's the over-under on that happening? I don't know. My track record with the viper hadn't been great today. I'm glad I did this to get these out, but man, it's still in my head. This guy right here. I just marked behind my disc instead of in front of my disc. Too many thoughts at one time. All right, basket's behind the tree there. It's still a good rip. I gotta trust the stability, go down the right side. Come on. It's all right, you see it was just holding on. It's funny, you know. I'll put the speed down there, but you're definitely not dealing with the most speedy of this. It was back in the day. Listen, the Viper was the bomb back in the day. I was trying to think what words we would use. We might have been using the bomb back in in '94, but yeah, it just doesn't have the push of the new stuff. But still a good disc. Still a good disc. I meant to get a new one. You can still buy them today. I meant to get a new one and compare them. One with a thumb track and one just modern day. But, you know, I'm too scattered to do that kind of stuff. Birdie, 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 birdie. Come on, buddy. Boy, that tree is right where I want to go. That's too much of an angle. All right, I got to flatten it out a little bit. Flatten it out. Well, how about a skip shot? Nailed it. You know you've all done it. Sometimes I bet you, who's cleared the whole bag getting mad because they missed a putt and just threw every disc at the basket trying to prove that you could hit it. All right, well, there you go, guys. Thank you for taking this little nostalgia journey with me. It's been over 30 years of me playing disc golf, and it's been awesome. It's been ups and downs, especially when people looked at you like you were crazy. I mean, they still do, but at least it's gaining a little acceptance that people know what you're talking about. Back in the day, whoo, yeah, there were about 8 of us in the entire city, so yeah, you couldn't talk a lot about disc golf without people rolling their eyes. Still do it, but you understand what I'm talking about. We all love it. Such a great sport. Thank you so much for coming around with me. Remember, we are working on becoming better people, not just better players. So make sure you go love on people, hug on people, be a good steward of the course, be good friends of your card mates, and let's just have a great day. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much. I hope to see you out on the course. Okay, one last thing. Just playing the regular course, can you see all the little knurls? And one round, this thing is already getting chewed up. I mean, you understand the glory of DX plastic. It's great in rain, and it's cheap. It's got good grip, but man, they beat up so fast. Anyway, there you go. Especially when you power slam it into the road. Take care, guys.